So this here is going to be your last video for me, more than likely, since we only have a week left in class. I just want to kind of go over a couple things about the final exam, exam 3, minor tidbits here and there, and how to get you prepared to take this last exam. Exam 3, I thought was pretty well. I mean, in the past, I've taught this class, and I think you all have done very well on loft signs, loft cosines, exponential, logarithms. Those are not easy topics, but overall, I thought we did very well. The issue, again, is rounding. Okay, I don't know how many times I got to talk about rounding. I'm just like wanting to cry. I mean, because, y'all are in college, and we're still having rounding issues. But I guess that happens. So I'm not judging you by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just kind of troubled that either you forgot how to round or you weren't taught how to round. But at any rate, Google it, okay? Look up how do I round. I'll give you a quick little scenario. And I've done this before, and it just frustrates me sometimes because I got to keep doing it because some of us just aren't paying attention. Not everybody, but some aren't, okay? So look. All right, 5, 6, 7. All right, so the 5 is 1 decimal place. The 6, sorry about that, is 2 decimal places. The 7 is 3 decimal places. So if I'm rounding to 1 decimal place, that means I am looking at the 5. I look to the right of the 5. If it's 5 or larger, if that number is 5 or larger, I add 1 to the 5 to make it 1.6. Okay? If this number here, if the 6 happened to be a 4, 3, 2, or a 1, I would just leave it alone to make it 1.5. Okay? Because when we round, we are estimating what's this number closer to, 1.5 or 1.6. It's closer to 1.6. Okay? 5, I know, is in the middle, but you have to do something with it. So when it's 5 or larger, you add 1. If it's less than 5, you leave it alone. Okay? But 2 decimal places would be the 6. Okay? So try to get a handle on that, because it's sad because you're working them right and you're off because of rounding. Now, luckily, I go in and fix it, but not all teachers do that. Some teachers are like, too bad. Okay, so you hate to do everything correctly, and because of a silly rounding mistake, you miss it. But anyway, enough on rounding. Okay, final exam. It's due Wednesday, December 5th. Make sure you understand what you can bring, okay, how to get it proctored. There are links in the class in the proctored final exam tab to Proctor U if you want to take it at home, BCTC testing center, and then all the KCTCS testing centers. So you've got to locate your testing center or Proctor U, click on it, follow the steps, okay? Don't wait till Tuesday or Wednesday to set up an appointment. Do it now, okay? You can always change them, but you can't find a slot if they're all full. So don't be a procrastinator. Some things are okay to procrastinate on, some things are not. So setting up your proctored final exam is not one of them. The other one is to start practicing for the final now. What I would do is I would look at the practice final exam. You can either work through it one time and then create your page front and back of notes based on what you think you need to help you, or make up your sheet of notes and then take it. But at any rate, you should be practicing only with that one page front and back of notes. What you don't get on the final exam is your book, your apps, your websites, your phone. You don't get none of that. You get one page front and back of notes. So I would, as I go through each problem, whatever I get stuck on, I would probably, make note of it. Either show an example or a formula or whatever you need to be successful for that particular problem. Then practice again using that page front and back of notes and see how you do. So you should take your practice exam in the same type of environment as close as possible to when you go take the proctored exam. Okay, even maybe go to a library, maybe go somewhere else. I don't know, to alleviate your anxiety and to prepare you. Okay, that's, everything has a dress rehearsal. If you're in a play, you do a dress rehearsal. If you play a sports team, you scrimmage. You prepare, and then it's game time. Okay, so you want to try to practice in the same type of environment as you would the test. If you rely on all your notes to do your work, then when you go take the final, you don't have all those. So then you get nervous. Okay, so that's kind of it. I know people get anxiety, but I feel like if you're truly prepared and you're prepared, your anxiety should be less. Okay, I don't understand sometimes because, see, I love tests. Just because I don't have to listen to anybody talk, I don't have to do work like homework. I just take the test and I'm done. So if you change your attitude, maybe that might help your anxiety as well. Okay, if you're dreading the test, then it builds up, and you get more nervous. But if you can say, hey, this is it, man, I'm done with this class. So try to think of the positive things about taking the exam, and maybe it might alleviate your anxiety. So I know there's anxiety. I'm not saying there's not anxiety. I just think it's your outlook sometimes can alleviate some of it, not all of it. I mean, some people just get nervous. Okay, I mean, they just get nervous, but maybe do what you can to alleviate it. So practice in the right environment. Convince yourself that this is a great thing. I know that's hard because it's math, but convince yourself it's a great thing, and truly prepare for it. And maybe that might help. Okay, so those of you all who did the bonus, who did the extra credit assignment, will get your 10 bonus points added to your exam. And believe me, sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not. But I will do that. I'll review them all. I'll do everything I've done for every other test. Okay. But if you, for those people that probably aren't watching this, and you email me and ask me questions, I'm going to point you either back to this video or to the class itself to get your information. Because I'm trying to make you be an independent learner, figure out a problem solver, because the information's there. I don't need to spoon feed you everything, okay? Just because it's not doing you any favors. So it's not that I'm being a jerk. I just feel like, okay, the information's there. It's helpful for you to know how to find stuff. One last thing. Make sure when you go take your final, if you are going to a testing center, you know how to access my math lab. I mean, you don't have to go through Blackboard. Okay, you can just type in the web address. If you don't remember the web address, that's fine. Also, make sure you know your passwords, because most of us auto-save passwords and then we forget them. So either write it down in your phone or on a sheet of paper or something that if you forget it, wherever you've put your stuff, you lock up your phone and stuff, when you go to the testing center, you can go look at it. Okay, so I've seen that as a proctor. People forget their passwords, and then there you go, anxiety city. Okay, so just kind of things I'm trying to help you with. So anyway, so good luck. I hate it when people fail the final. I hate to send that email informing you that you failed the class because you failed the final. It doesn't matter what your average is. It never has. Okay, so please prepare, take this week and practice, and not make me have to send any failure emails to any of you all. Okay, that would really make my Christmas merry. So I hope you have a great holiday, and good luck with your future.